Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Parami app. Download it now.
You certainly can't put hands on an ICE agent. So, she's going to have to pay the consequences for doing what she did. She broke the law, and we're going to hold her accountable.
Congresswoman McIver claims ICE agents escalated it, and they've distorted her actions, calling the charges purely political. Israel went after Hamas again overnight with airstrikes that Palestinians say killed at least 60 people. Britain, France, and Canada are urging the Israelis to halt this new offensive.
They say the level of human suffering is intolerable, with aid agencies warning of famine among Gaza's 2 million-plus population. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday allowed 9 trucks carrying aid to enter.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. They've captured another fugitive in New Orleans, a man who was jailed for murder. He was one of 10 who broke out last Friday, 6 others on the run. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The day before President Trump's trip to the Capitol pushing that massive budget bill, he signed other legislation into law to help protect kids and others from being exploited online.
Artificial intelligence and social media are like digital candy for the next generation, First Lady Melania Trump says.
But unlike sugar, these new technologies can be weaponized.
The First Lady helped advocate for the Take It Down Act, imposing stricter penalties on revenge porn and deepfake images published online. President Trump signed the measure into law in the Rose Garden.
Working with our First Lady, though, we've shown that bipartisanship is possible. I mean, it's the first time I've seen such a level of bipartisanship.
The Senate approved the bill unanimously. It won House approval 409-2. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The Supreme Court has sided with the Trump administration in an immigration case, lifting a judge's block on the order to strip temporary protected status from 350,000 Venezuelan migrants, which could lead to more deportations. Former FBI Director James Comey is shrugging off the controversy he created last week.
Comey, who was fired by President Trump in 2017, says he doesn't understand what the fuss was all about. Last week, he posted a photo of shells in the sand with the numbers 8647 on it. His post reading, "Cool shell formation on my beach walk." The 47 referring to President Trump, the 47th president. The number 86, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, means to kill. Comey says he didn't see the post as a call for violence and deleted it when it sparked a furor. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says Secret Service agents questioned Comey about the post, saying on X that it remains an ongoing investigation. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before today's trading up a bit for the Dow, down a little for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is a Tuesday edition. This is the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. Also at Radio Parami. Download that free app. That way you can tune in via your smartphone or your tablet. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine, and I'm Sergio Sanchez, and we'll be talking about a change in weather. Yeah, maybe a swipe of thunder shower activity. AccuWeather Jeffrey Nordine says maybe even a little bit of hail for tomorrow. In the news, the Texas Department of Public Safety is asking for your help in locating a vehicle that was involved in a deadly hit and run. 27-year-old Cassandra Hernandez walking south at Mile 4 West when she was hit and killed on Sunday morning. DPS investigators said that they're looking for a black Chevrolet Impala involved in this crash. The suspect vehicle likely has some body damage on the right front of it and also is missing the right side mirror. If you have information on this, call DPS or your local police department and tell them where it is. Governor Greg Abbott's emergency item call to deny bail for violent repeat offenders, taking a significant step in the Texas legislature.
Senate Joint Resolution 5 is a constitutional amendment that needs to be passed by 2/3 of the House and Senate. If so, then it would be up to the Texas voters to decide. The State House has killed similar bills in the past few sessions, but not today.
133 ayes and 8 nays. SJR 5 is adopted.
It would require a judge to deny bail to violent felons. It had strong bipartisan support, Democratic State Rep Joe Moody.
The fact is, we wouldn't be here if there weren't real-life examples of people being released who plainly should not have been.
The Texas Senate is expected to approve the House-edited version of the bill.
In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Now, reporter Alan Skaya with the federal government dropping a lawsuit against the way Texas redraws congressional districts. Of course, Donald Trump is in office now, but the state of Texas still needs to show up to court.
Several organizations like the League of United Latin American Citizens and NAACP filed their own suit.
The court should strike down this map and order the enactment of a new, fair congressional map.
The National Redistricting Foundation's Marina Jenkins says Black, Hispanic, and other communities of color made up 95% of our population growth in the 2020 census. But the new map increased the number of districts with a white majority.
Although Latinos make up about 30% of the voting age population in Texas, they hold less than 25% of seats in the state legislature and less than 20% of the state's congressional seats.
Texas gained 2 new seats in Congress. Federal law does allow for districts to be drawn to give one political party an advantage. They just cannot be drawn based on race. A trial starts Wednesday.
The Trump administration's self-deportation flights are now underway. The first 2 flights took off from Houston yesterday. The Department of Homeland Security has been offering $1,000 and a free flight home for illegal immigrants. 38 individuals went back to Honduras on a charter flight yesterday. 26 went back to Colombia. And coming up right after AccuWeather, what is the price tag for the doubles, the Chicago Bulls jersey and shorts worn by Michael Jordan? Let's see, they were used in, 1992-1993 season. First championship shorts and shirt. I hope they washed it, though. Yeah, we'll tell you what the price tag is on that at auction. It is AccuWeather time. AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. All right, pal. So what, like the next 24 hours, we might see something interesting here in South Texas? What's the plan?
Yeah, so we're going to see some thunderstorms develop on the southern end of a large-scale cold front. So what's going to happen is we're going to see these storms pop up. Let me get to the timing here. More or less in the midday and early afternoon. The potential with them could be some small hail and gusty winds.
I'm looking for the Brownsville radar on AccuWeather.com and see if there's any activity in Texas. Do you have anything? Any reports? Nothing on Texas, right?
The whole country is quiet except for up here, Iowa, and into parts of Ohio.
When you say up here, that would be Minnesota.
It's raining like you wouldn't believe.
All right. So yesterday we were perhaps going to see a lot of real nasty stuff like in North Texas, Dallas, and maybe Houston eventually tomorrow or the next day. So are you throttling back on the chance of rain a little bit? Is the tail end of this not working the way it should?
For tomorrow in McAllen, it's still there, and we'll still have it. In terms of intensity, it is a little bit down. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the severity, so the outlook is only a marginal, and that's now into north central, more towards the panhandle.
All right.
Coming up on Thursday.
Having said that, that means that Texas travel weather is a little bit better over the next 24 hours. All right, pal. So there's national days for today. Where was? Oh, yeah. National Be a Millionaire.
I wish.
Yeah. Well, it just doesn't seem like $1 million is very much these days.
It is if you invest it right.
Well, that's true. That's true. What would you put that money in order to get a return?
High return savings account, or even like a credit union that smartly invests your money. Like my sister's account, any spare change goes into this high risk like kind of 401k, but she can take out anytime she wants. And so if the market's doing well, she can take out that money penalty free.
Yeah, I knew this kid was a smart one. He's not only really good at math and a meteorologist, but he missed his calling probably being an accountant or a financier. He immediately went to long-term savings accounts, put the money. I thought you were going to say like Halo toys or Halo collectibles.
Oh, trust me, there's going to be plenty of that, but that's not going to be more than maybe $10,000. So
CDs and gold. Yeah. Thank you, pal. I'll call you next hour. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nording. Big thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. I'll tell you what is liquid gold. If you got some cows, you got some cattle, some livestock, Purina liquid feed during hot weather, during scorcher weather, 100+ degree, Purina liquid feed. Make sure that your animals are fed. You'll find Purina liquid feed at the certified dealer that is Martin Farm and Ranch. According to a new geological study, the state of Texas is sitting on more oil and gas than anyone originally thought.
A shocking new report shows vast untapped resources tucked inside the rocks that are 10,000 feet beneath the surface. Bruce Bullock at SMU's McGuire Energy Institute calls this a significant discovery.
Finding additional resources in areas that are pretty friendly to the oil and gas industry is important.
The U.S. Geological Survey calls it tight gas because it requires a specific type of fracking to get it out. Bullock says that won't be a problem. The study suggests there is enough natural gas under the strip of land, which runs from Texas to Florida, to power the entire nation for more than 1 year.
That's Michael Board with that report. And doubles jersey and shorts worn by Michael Jordan being sold at auction. The uniform was worn by Michael in the 1992-1993 season, which is the year of the team's first championship. It was sold for less than a Jordan-worn jersey from the first game of the 1998 NBA Finals. The highest bid in 2022 was for $10.1 million for that jersey. This pair, the shorts and the jersey, $2.6 million. And yes, it probably is washed. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Going to share with you a conversation I had with Helen Ramirez, the chief at City Hall in Brownsville, Texas. She's the city manager of Brownsville, Texas. The SpaceX expansion of late, just jaw-dropping, amazing. They have the 3,500 employees. They might be at 7K here pretty soon. ¿Dónde los pones? Where do you put all these people? You got housing and transportation issues. We'll visit some of that next on 710 KURV.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Our mom accomplished so much in her life. She was a great mother, wife, and school teacher. She amazed so many. When we lost her, we were so very sad, but comforted that she had pre-planned her funeral with the fine people at McCaleb Funeral Home. A live celebration would tell her big story.
Hi, I am Carla McCaleb. Along with my husband Mark and our caring staff, we know we are in the healing business because we hear it from families we serve. Please read our reviews about our life celebrations and fair and transparent prices for unmatched service, and how we lift people up with our healing care and compassion, celebrating lives since 1963.
The Valley's only life celebration home. To learn more about the choices you can make now so a future funeral becomes more of a celebration of life, call Carla at 956-650-2841, 956-650-2841, or visit their website, McCalebFuneralHome.com.
Brian Kilmeade here. After my show, weekday afternoons at 2, stay tuned for the 956 Drive Home with Zach and Davis starting at 4 on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
Astros baseball play-by-play is on one radio station in South Texas. You're listening to it, News Talk 710 KURV. They beat Tampa Bay last night, Game 2 of the 3-game series. Tonight, 6 p.m., right after the drive home. with Zach and Davis. Big thank you to our many supporters, including Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and the Mission Economic Development Office. Back to our City Hall, Brownsville. Helen Ramirez is our city manager. Helen, welcome back to the program. I want to catch up, see if you can help us catch up with the amazing expansion of SpaceX as far as, top of mind facilities that they're making out there, number of people working, road construction to get those people back and forth from the city, to the beach and back, all that. What can you tell me about SpaceX?
Wow, SpaceX is doing wonderful. It is really, not only was it successful in becoming a Type C municipality, Starbase, but also, in 2019, I want to remind everyone, they were about 500 employees. They're over 3,000 now and growing. They have announced that their headquarters is relocating from Hawthorne, California, to Starbase in Cameron County, Texas. So we're very excited. They're our neighbors, right? So to me, what we see them, I would say almost over 70% of their workforce is, Brownsville, Cameron County, RGV. And I think we're very proud of that. Also, it's interesting, not only the number of the second launch site was probably, Launchpad was this game changer that really, reiterated the fact that they got approval for 25 launches. So that was really a critical path and a milestone for them. So there's a lot of improvements also in road construction. TxDOT has really jumped up its game with regard to authorizing a 4-lane highway versus the super tube that was going to do. So it's just so great. And that's about almost like over $180 million project. But that's what the area Highway 4 needed in the first place. So you're just hearing all the different partners really step up and support its growth.
Helen Ramirez, our city manager for Brownsville. Any chance that you might be applying for city manager of Starbase, Texas, now that
they have a no, I'm happy where I'm at, but
okay.
They have a city manager there. He's a great guy, so we wish him the best, and we're here to support.
The reference to the second launch pad and the 25 missions that they will likely be conducting at Starbase. So more than likely, we might be saying like at one site, the site that we know, and then I don't know, word down the street they might have that second one, but back and forth from Boca Chica, which means with all this experimentation, hopefully we can get that technology, they can get that technology perfected, so that they can do those missions to Mars and missions to the moon first, and then missions to Mars. Now you mentioned what we had talked about a long time ago about the relocation from Hawthorne, the HQ, to here to Brownsville. Look, at 3,000 plus right now, and I think it was Ms. Luders who said the other day that was 3,500, 3,600. So they could potentially be up to, twice as that, easily, over the next, what would you say, 18, 24, 36 months, with all these people coming in and setting up shop. They're going vertical, putting all those buildings out there. That's a lot of people to put on that highway from the city all the way to the beach.
Absolutely. They, with their also Star Factory that they build, it's about 1 million square feet. It ranges from the height of 50 feet to over 80 feet. So it's really, even Stargate, I remember going to the inauguration of Stargate in 2019 when I first was deputy city manager, and cutting that ribbon. I didn't cut UTRGV cutting the ribbon for Stargate, and it just shows how that building has been demolished to make room for more growth and more building. But that's also an evolution, a transition of the community. And we are working with, they're creating a municipality. So with that, comes our support on even, doing the mundane stuff that we have to do as we operate cities. So, but we're very proud of the support and leadership that we can give any city in Cameron County. We're here to support them. But we're very excited also about the job opportunities, and they're not always bachelor's degrees. I think that we have to remember that they do hire, technical and non-technical degrees.
Do you think most of those folks will be living at Starbase, Texas, or will they be commuting to Brownsville?
I believe they'll do both, right? We have people that like being in a historic downtown. Ours is one of the most historic in downtown. We're building more housing and lofts in downtown. We have 22 subdivisions being built, believe it or not, in Brownsville at the same time. So I think with everything, it's choice, right? Housing choice. I'm sure Starbase is growing their housing there, which is good, but there's not enough, right? We definitely need to offer them different options to have different sizes of homes in different locations. The schools, while they have a school there, we have multiple schools from charter to public to private, and to all these religious schools and different types of STEM schools as well. So I think what's unique about we're able to offer diversity and options to these families, whether you're a large family, a small family, or however you are, or you have no family, you're there and you want to have a different. I know that some employees live in our historic downtown in downtown Brownsville and really contribute to our economy as well. So the important thing is to have housing options, educational options for the families and the employees so that they're happy working and living here.
At 3,500 or so employees now, I would imagine that's a good test of things to come, because if they're doubling that to about 7,000 or maybe up to 10,000 as they expand operations, I don't know, in the next 18 to 24 months, whatever it is that's going to happen. This is a good test for parking. And I've been to Starbase several times. And yeah, that giga rocket factory is taking up a lot of rooms. Do you foresee the need for some park and ride system, or maybe a parking system at Brownsville to take people back and forth? Because, man, that's a lot of people. And like to have, 7 to maybe 10,000 people, that's a lot of parking space that they would need out there. And I would imagine preemptively, you might have to think ahead and start thinking about like a park and ride system back and forth at the beach, or are they handling this on their own? What do you know?
Sure. I know that they are building their own parking structures, but we are on the middle of finalizing a paratransit or a transit study. And it really is, it was actually financed by the North American Development Bank, NAD Bank. They gave the city of Brownsville a grant. And it's really to do that, to talk to the different companies within the Port of Brownsville, the LNGs that we have building next decade and SpaceX, and seeing what their needs are and locating a park and ride where it makes sense for different types of companies, from Cetrium to SpaceX to all the different Rio Grande LNG. That actually study has began last year, and hopefully we hope to finalize and really create another option for carpooling or having that park and ride concept here. I don't think you can really have enough of that. And like I said, it's always good to give their employees in and around that area that has a high job growth options. So we're kind of excited about that. And also, we really worked a lot on traffic synchronization. So through Boca Chica, that's synchronized, also 802. So the RGVMPO and TxDOT's really been helping us with synchronization, even though the city has expended its own money, millions of dollars in synchronization, which adds capacity, right, to our roads. And also the over $280 million TxDOT project that was approved for a 4-lane highway, which is really important, right? And also how that 4-lane highway then feeds to our city of Brownsville limits is very important in terms of making sure that there's good connectivity. But with the good relationship that we have with the district office, with SpaceX, and with the Space Commission that's also supporting many of these improvements, I think that we could, in and around Texas, I think we can make for a successful, place to live, right? And also wonderful amenities around that, because people, when they move, it's not only about, of course, work is very important, but also play, trails. Our zoo's going to open up with a zip line in June, hopefully this summer. So there's all these new Barnes and Nobles coming that's, been announced for fall of this year. And we have the Embassy Suites Hotel that's going to be built. And so there's a lot of great activity. And also Amazon's coming to Brownsville. So, as you can see, the supply chain and the vendors are also coming, and it's a big win for the Greater Brownsville Son of Corporations who really worked that deal hard. So I really want to make sure that they're recognized for their economic development work they're doing.
Because of the impressive growth, Helen Ramirez, our city manager for Brownsville, because of the impressive expansion and growth of SpaceX and all these thousands of people that they're onboarding, operations HQ will be here. Are you fielding calls from suppliers or support businesses that also want to relocate nearby, or maybe branching off into something else? Like, I have friends examining this from the university and other places that are familiar with this. They're saying the chemicals just from the rocket fuel invite things like computer chip manufacturing to the area. So are you fielding calls and support businesses, support services, or ancillary businesses as a result of this massive expansion?
Sure. I mean, we are. I think our EDCs are very busy, both the Greater Brownsville Son of Corporations and BCIC and the City of Brownsville. There's a lot of interest. The mayor has been working and, really we look at ourselves as internationally. So the supply chain, from Mexico with interest in Monterrey. So a lot of businesses, we have a direct flight now from Brownsville to Monterrey. So there's a lot of business interest there. There's also, I think Amazon, there's a reason why they chose Brownsville, but also there's going to be more announcement. The GPIC is going to be breaking ground on May 22nd. Which is this week, right? Or on their Greater Brownsville, on their industrial park, that larger 730 acres. So that's an indicator, because they already have interest from vendors to be able to locate in that business park. So that's a really great, so the 73-acre one is already built out. And now they have a new technology park, which is the larger park, that it already has letters of intent. And so they'll be making announcements in the upcoming months. But the energy sector is something that we're seeing a lot of interest. Even our own landfill, the use of methane gas for some of these companies is very important. So we're even innovating as a city. It's a $14 million revenue generator, our landfill. And so we're seeing, well, how can we use the gases, right? So how can we even recycle what we use within our landfill? And how are we more technologically savvy with the waste that we use, or with our natural resources?
Speaking of gas, we didn't even touch on the gas refinery that every single time I speak with GPIC or you or the mayor, it always eludes me. But we'll have to save for the next conversation. There's so much going on in Brownsville. Just a final thought before I let you go.
Oh, it's a great time to be here. We knew this would come, but with all the construction, the road construction, we have a $300 million capital improvement program in the city of Brownsville, which includes a public safety complex, which is almost at 100,000 square feet, including cybersecurity, and police, fire, emergency operations center. So we're really getting ready as a city for what's to come. And we really thank all the investors here. It's a good place to do business. We have a new planning and redevelopment director that we hired, Daniel Leal. So we're really excited about everybody meeting him and just being come to the groundbreakings. Y'all are invited. And Space Fest is being held. We have a symposium on the 28th. We have Norman Garza, executive director of the Space Commission, that will be there, and also the Everyday Astronaut, as well as Space Fest. You're all invited May 30th, Friday evening from 6 to 10. Norman will be there as well, our mayor. And so really just have fun, celebrate technology with our community. It's really a regional pool, even a statewide pool, to come here and really celebrate the robust economy that we're experiencing. And we want to bring everybody along with us.
Thank you for your time, Helen. Appreciate you. We'll check in with you later. It's our city manager for Brownsville, Helen Ramirez. Thanks.
Thank you.
The Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. The 7 o'clock hour, for the most part, goes live. If you want to check it out on X, on YouTube, Facebook as well. So join us there. Join us at Radio Para Mi, the free app, and do the rewind on programming. We got sports next on 710 KURV, home to the Astros. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing for your commercial roofing project. You got a new building going up and you need a specific type of roofing system. Yeah, you better call Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing. Brings with them. They bring 125 years of experience, state-of-the-art, cutting-edge roof installation technology, repair technology as well, in case you need to do a little bit of patchwork before we hit tropical season. Yeah, remember, Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, and I want you to know that a dear friend of mine who I've been talking about for many years, Dale Johnson and his expert crew, Dale Johnson and all the gang from DLJ, they have joined forces with Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, introducing them to South Texas. And man, they bring all these expanded services and valued warranties, waterproofing and caulking technology and services, membrane waterproofing, concrete masonry repair, water blasting, damp proofing, all these different services. You'll find it at chamberlainltd.com, the website, chamberlainltd.com, for your commercial roofing system. Maybe it's a little bit of patchwork and repair, or maybe just rip the whole thing off and let's start over and get something that is waterproof. Cutting-edge technology, expanded services, just as good and even better now, because they got Dale Johnson, but boy, they got all these new services. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing at 956-566-6822.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
It takes one whiff. Everything on the menu seems to be calling out to you. Dish after dish looks so good that you just can't seem to make up your mind. Everything looks better than the last thing. It's almost mind-boggling, and that's the moment that you realize you are at the right place. Zen Asian Bistro. All you can eat. Sushi, all kinds, and always delicate, fresh, and delicious. Sushi and Chinese food all at the same place. Zen. Everything you want. Individually, custom, wok-fired, crispy General Chow chicken, and all of your favorite Chinese food like sizzling steak lo mein. It's an experience you'll absolutely love. Lunch and dinner, all you can eat at Zen. You don't have to decide on one thing because you get it all. Everything on the menu is yours for one low price. All you can eat. Bring everybody. With kids' meals at just $8.99, there's just no better option out there. Zen Asian Bistro. All you can eat, unlimited, unforgettable, unapologetically affordable. Zen.
Tune in later tonight as your Houston Astros visit the Tampa Bay Rays. First pitch at 6:05. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for men and women.
With your TSN Sports Minute, I'm Jacob Ray. The Astros held on late in Tampa to defeat the Rays 4-3 after a Jake Myers solo homer in the 7th inning gave the Astros the lead.
This was shot to right field, backing up on it, Caballero. Onto the warning track now, and it's gone! Opposite field home run for Jake Myers, and the Astros take the lead back.
Houston remains 2.5 games back of first place. The Texas Rangers had a travel day as they head to New York for their 3-game series with the Yankees. It will be Patrick Corbin versus Will Warren in Game 1. First pitch is at 6:05. The Dallas Stars are gearing up for their Western Conference Finals matchup against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. Dallas is the best remaining team in the playoffs, so they have earned home ice in this round and the Stanley Cup if they advance. Puck drop is tomorrow night at 7. I'm Jacob Ray, and this has been your TSN Sports Minute.
AccuWeather says highs for today, upper 90s. We might see some rain in the area tomorrow. Not only rain, but AccuWeather, they're still committed to maybe seeing some exciting weather tomorrow, like a swipe of thunder shower activity tomorrow afternoon. The gusty type stuff with maybe some small hail tomorrow afternoon, they say. So stay tuned to KURV for the update from AccuWeather. Again, highs today should be in the upper 90s. Border Bridge wait times on 710 KURV. Go to KURV.com and take a look at the wait times headed back to the U.S. About 20-30 minutes, Hidalgo far. It's smooth sailing right now at Ansel Lewis, but less than 5 minutes. B&M Bridge an hour and a half. Gateway at an hour 15 and about 45 minutes at the Veterans Bridge. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Business news and a check of your money and how it's getting just a bit more expensive to buy a home in the U.S. We'll take a look at the 30-year fixed rate mortgage coming up in 2 minutes on the Valley's Morning News. Yeah, I had this conversation last night with a loved one. The home market is tight in South Texas. We have literally thousands of new workers in South Texas. The majority of the workers, I've been told, at the Port of Brownsville, building that amazing liquefied natural gas facility, like 7 and 10 are from the Valley. But you had a 30% inflow of workers building. They're either sawing stuff or nailing stuff or cutting steel, fusing steel at the port right now, liquefied natural gas node. And the job market is amazing. It means the housing market is kind of tight right now. Port of Brownsville is the economic engine of South Texas. And as an information-minded individual that you are, I invite you to go to their website, portofbrownsville.com. Check out the newsletter. Sign up for the free newsletter. That's what you need to do. Sign up for the free newsletter. And as we get news on the, FID, final investment decision on that second liquefied natural gas node, you'll be the first to know. They are expanding steel production operations. They're building ships at the Port of Brownsville, they're digging the channel even deeper to host bigger ships here pretty soon. Yeah, be in the know. It's the economic engine of South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley Port of Brownsville, portofbrownsville.com. Sign up for the free newsletter.
Your Houston Astros play here.
Left field, good one, it's out of here.
Catch the action all season long on News Talk 710 KURV.
Deep to right field, and you can kiss it goodbye.
Don't miss the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. We'll bring you each weeknight and weekend game with pregame and postgame coverage and all the action in between. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
If you own a business, listen up. You've put in the work. You've built something great. And now it's time to think of the future. I'm Sergio Sanchez for the Rioplex Business Exchange, helping small business owners across the RGV connect with serious buyers online, privately, locally. The Rioplex Business Exchange at only $34 a month will list your business. That's right, only $34 a month to put your business on the radar of qualified investors. No commission, no middlemen. You will also get access to free resources to learn your business's value, whether you're ready to sell or just exploring your options. Get 1 month free subscription with a discount code KURV. Visit RioPlexBizX.com. That's RioPlexBizX.com. Post your business, secure your legacy. RioPlex Business Exchange, where legacies find their next chapter.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. The USTA is making its largest ever investment in the U.S. Open. The tennis organization will invest $800 million to modernize and upgrade Arthur Ashe Stadium in Flushing, New York. The project is scheduled to be complete by 2027 when the U.S. Open occurs. Experts say new tariff policies might be setting the stage for cyber criminals to scam consumers. Teresa Payton, CEO of Fortalice Solutions, says the swiftly changing and unfamiliar landscape of tariff policies, along with economic strain, can create the perfect storm for cyber criminals. Wynn Resorts has dropped its bid for a gaming license in New York City. Wynn had partnered with related companies to develop an integrated casino resort in Manhattan. Las Vegas Sands also recently announced it is relinquishing its pursuit of a casino license. Futures are currently mixed. Monday, the Dow Industrials gained 137, the Nasdaq up 4, the S&P 500 up 5. Once again, futures are mixed. Back to Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says hot and humid today. Should be up at 97. And tomorrow it might get interesting. AccuWeather still says we might see a couple of afternoon thunderstorms tomorrow. That's tomorrow afternoon, and gusty winds. And maybe temperatures in the mid-90s tomorrow. For the latest from AccuWeather, of course, it's News Talk 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Para Mi as well. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on the Valley's Morning News.
When it comes to livestock fencing, the folks at Martin Farm and Ranch believe that if you do it right, then you only do it once, which means by utilizing high-quality materials like Stay Tough fence products and Martin's expertise in fence building, you'll get exactly what you need to keep them in or keep them out. High tensile wire like Stay Tough allows you to build your fence using less materials and labor. So for your next fence project, come see the fine folks at Martin Farm and Ranch Supply in Edinburgh. Just look for the horse.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
The City of McAllen is thrilled to offer your business an opportunity to apply for a matching grant of up to $15,000. The Refresh 50/50 grant was designed with your business in mind. Apply for the Refresh 50/50 grant to upgrade your storefront with improvements like new paint, signage, landscaping, art, lights, doors, and more. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity and apply today at www.refresh5050.com. The Refresh 50/50 grant is brought to you by the City of McAllen. Hablamos Español.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
We invite you to join us, especially the 7 o'clock hour of the Valley's Morning News. We go live on X and YouTube, Facebook as well. This is the Valley's Morning News. It's news radio for South Texas. Show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nording. I'm Sergio Sanchez. News on 710 KURV is a service of J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm Chris Koster.
A member of Congress is charged with assaulting officers during a deportation protest earlier this month.
Acting U.S. Attorney Alina Habba claims Congresswoman LaMonica McIver assaulted, impeded, and interfered with law enforcement when she entered an ICE detention center in New Jersey. McIver says she and 2 other members of Congress who entered the building were fulfilling our lawful oversight responsibilities.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz on Capitol Hill. There's tornado damage in Arkansas and Oklahoma now. It's been several days of violent storms with more in the forecast.
Strong to severe thunderstorms will once again be our biggest weather story today and tomorrow, with the risk of large hail, damaging winds, tornadoes, and flash flooding. The risk today will be over sections of the Ohio, Tennessee, Mississippi valleys, and then along the East Coast tomorrow.
That's Fox senior meteorologist Janice Dean. Stock futures are mixed ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. America's listening to Fox News.
The Trump administration self-deportation flights are now underway. Had 2 charter flights that left Houston yesterday. The Department of Homeland Security has been offering $1,000 and a free flight home for illegal aliens. Monday's charter flight, 38 people took one flight to Honduras, 26 individuals sent back to Colombia. The latest organization to move its HQ to Texas, that would be the U.S. Army.
They are moving the headquarters of the Army Training and Doctrine Command, or TRADOC, to Austin. It leaves a 15-year headquarters in Virginia. TRADOC plans to merge with the Army Futures Command, which is already based in Austin. This is described as part of a larger move by the U.S. Department of Defense to continue streamlining Army operations. The TRADOC program trains more than 750,000 soldiers each year. It's not clear how soon this move would be completed or when the new Austin headquarters for TRADOC would open.
That's reporter Christian Yates. Individuals living near a golf course. Heads up, you live near a golf course? There's a higher risk of developing Parkinson's disease. Why? The write-up is on Gem and Network Open. They say they suspect it's the pesticides on golf courses linked to the higher risk of Parkinson's. It's getting more expensive to buy a home in the U.S. The average interest rate, 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, went up to 7% on Monday before retreating just a bit. Spotify users on iPhones will now be able to buy audiobooks directly within the app. And check this out, Freddie. Doctors say, how many times do you slap the snooze button on your phone when it tries to wake you up like at 3-ish in the morning? How many times? She kicks you out of bed. Well, you don't like segue over to the couch and lay down. Okay, way to go, Nora. Yeah, but see, you can't wake up with like it vibrating, like start like next to you. Like, you're a deep sleeper. It has to like.
Okay, so remember that bed,
honker of
that bed you have. I said, you know what? Let me go try that bed that Serge bought, that fancy bed. So I went to go get one.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, when you hit the bed, the pillow, you're out with that bed.
Yeah, but yours is like a loud alarm, like
yeah,
right?
It's pretty loud.
Yeah, no, I'm a light sleeper. The vibration thing, the little vibrating thing, will wake me up. Doctors say it's better that you skip the snooze button because you're in REM sleep, rapid eye movement, dream mode. It's better to adjust your time to the absolute final time that you should be waking up. As soon as it sounds, get up and go, it says. Because you need that. And the snoozing, that interrupts all the REM sleep. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Join us at Radio Para Mi. Download that free app.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drtsprimary.care.com.
The Ryan and Brian real estate team, top real estate team in this entire region. There's a reason why all the gang out there, they've got more than 600 5-star Google reviews. As time is our most precious resource, to surrender time out of your busy schedule to sit down and write something nice. Man, the experience must have been really, really good. It always is. at the Ryan and Bryan Real Estate Team. 600 plus 5-star Google reviews. Let me give you an example why. If you know someone who's been looking for a home and you've heard that they've been looking for a while, there's several reasons. You see, finding a new home seems almost impossible these days. The market is tight, and then we got thousands of people moving to the Valley. Shannon just found a new home in Weslaco. She worked with Elias. Elias is one of the experts over the Ryan and Bryan Real Estate Team. And Shannon found a great new home. And thanks to Elias's work and the Ryan and Bryan team, Shannon saved thousands of dollars. Thousands negotiated off the asking price because of the Ryan and Bryan team. You know, the Ryan and Bryan team, they have partnered with one of the nation's top builders, Edwards Homes. Beautiful, brand new homes. Affordable. Rates as low as 4.75% if you qualify. Don't forget, there's limited inventory, so you best hurry up, make that phone call. 956-540-2536. The only team I'm calling to buy or sell a home, the Ryan and Bryan Real Estate Team at ryanandbryan.com. That's ryanandbryan.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Bryan. Go to ryanandbryan.com.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on joint pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as I leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on achy joints. You need to get your walk in or hit the golf course, or with every step you take, it hurts. Oftentimes I hear from patients, my knees hurt and I can't do what I want. I don't want surgery and I don't get adequate pain relief with pain medication. They feel stuck with their knee pain. There is another option besides surgery or pain meds. Sodium hyaluronate